Hey everyone, today we are going to do a sketch with me type video. This is my first YouTube video, so I figured just doing something I am comfortable with is a good way to go. I've been wanting to make a YouTube video for a while now, but I've had a lot of things going on between university, then graduating, and moving a lot, so I just haven't had the space or time to make that happen until now. So I recently just moved to a new state, and since I haven't been taking any real art classes before, one of the first things I looked into was getting an art teacher. I mean, I took some classes in high school, but the art program wasn't that good. In college, I took an experimental drawing class, but I felt like it didn't really push my skills further as much as I would like. So yeah, anyways, I went to go look for a studio, and I found this really good one. They did a portfolio review and said that I'm missing foundational work and that my line work is scratchy. This is all things that I agree with, though, and I knew beforehand, because one of the main reasons why I wanted to find an art studio or art teacher was to get that sorted out and fixed. But after hearing that, it made me reevaluate my work, and I kind of looked through all my sketches and all my sketchbooks and everything, and I kind of just felt bad about my art, and it didn't make me want to draw anymore. And I don't know, I was just going through a rough patch, I guess. I don't really know how to describe it. But after I got out of that, I kind of just figured that, well, I'm just gonna draw in pen from now on. After this video, I'm probably just gonna sketch and study and draw with my high-tech C pen. I watched other people on YouTube, and they recommended to draw in pen so your line work and drawing in general will improve. I know it's gonna be a hard thing for me to do, but I want to get better, so it's something I have to do. Speaking of getting better, when I went to the studio to review my portfolio, I don't think they really understood what I wanted to get out of the lessons. I personally wanted to get better at art and drawing, but I think they were confused on why I wanted to get better, because I think a lot of their students are planning to get into art school or transfer to one or do something like that, and I just graduated. I did get into the animation program for Ringling College, but I couldn't go this fall because it's really expensive, and after all scholarships and financial aid and all that, it was still something I couldn't afford. I'm kind of bummed out about that because I really wanted to do animation and do what I actually wanted to do, because I graduated with the degree in finance, which is cool. I just feel like I kind of missed out on the opportunity when I was in high school to apply to art schools. But yeah, so after this, I'll make an effort to throw away the pencil. Maybe for some future videos, I'll pick up the pencil, but for practicing purposes, I will only be drawing in pen. I also feel like I struggle with capturing emotions or telling a story with my drawings. I feel like my art is kind of disconnected, kind of dead. It doesn't convey anything that I'm feeling. It's just a pretty picture, I guess. But yeah, I want to get better at that. I really like this artist called Kellogg's Loops. I don't know if you guys heard of him before, but he's really good at getting his art to show emotion and telling stories, and just even his watercolor work is really good. But yeah, so I think I'm struggling to draw the mouth in this video right now. I know I saw it was too far away from the nose, so I think I erased it later and then just redrew the whole thing. I erased a lot in this video. I think that's also something I want to improve on, because I don't know, I want to be able to draw without making any guidelines or erasing as much. I think the drawing in pen will help with that. But yeah, I guess I started drawing pretty much since I could hold a pencil. I didn't really get into it until 6th grade, and that was when I first watched my anime. I think it was called Bleach. Bleach was the first anime I watched, and then after that I was drawing anime all the time for a couple of years, and then I got into high school and I switched over to a different style. I'm not sure how or why I switched to a different style. I just as I was drawing more, I just strayed away from that anime type style, and even now, if you ask me to draw an anime or a manga or anything. I can't do it anymore. I just don't know why. I just can't draw in that style anymore. But yeah, in high school I was drawing all the time, and like I didn't really have any friends to hang out with because I didn't get a phone until I was like 17, so there was really no way for me to communicate with anyone in school unless it was an email. And it was kind of embarrassing to be like, hey, if you want to talk to me, you have to email me. But even then, like, I only had like an hour of like computer time on the weekends, so like making friends was very hard for me. But yeah, so in high school all I did was just draw. But then I kind of stopped when I got into college. I think my sophomore year I started getting back into it, but I didn't see any real changes or improvements until recently. I think like I kind of miss the creativity I had in high school, because like I look back at my old sketchbooks. I mean, I don't have my old sketchbooks anymore, but like from what I remember, I was more creative, more like I was able to convey emotion better back then. But I think like if I look back on my art, like if 5 years later, if I look back at my art now, I'd be like, oh, well, that's pretty good. I did a good job. I miss being creative, but I don't know. It's like 5 years down the road. But yeah, I was going through a lot in high school, so art was my way to run away from all of that. And now, like, I have other problems that I'm dealing with, but art just doesn't feel the same to me anymore, and I don't know why. Like, yeah, I'll still draw, but like if I'm really upset, I won't draw any. I was just like lay in bed all day and not do anything. But before, I would like legit just be drawing all the time, even as I'm crying. But yeah, no, I can't do that now. I kind of like don't know what else to talk about. But yeah, I guess like now that I have a lot of freedom, I get distracted on like the things I could do. I really like going to bookstores all the time. I don't even read that much anymore, but like I like the potential of opening a book and just like getting lost in that. I also like going to coffee shops and places like that, because people are always working, and then I really like coffee, so I kind of just like chill at coffee shops all the time, or as much as I can when I'm not working. I kind of miss like being in a university, because when I was in university there would like always be these chill spaces or like these study areas, and you can like sit in a corner with everyone else and they would be working on their things and you'd be working on yours, and it's kind of like that atmosphere of being productive. I kind of miss that. I also kind of miss like the cool like modern like study spaces. Like now I'm just like trying to find the library or trying to find like a cool coffee shop to study at, but like I miss the designated like workspace. Like I know there are like places where you can like pay monthly for a workspace, but like I don't think I would pay for that. Like I don't know, like that feels weird. Like why would I pay for that when I can just go to a library? But yeah, I can't really work in my apartment because I kind of get distracted also by everything, like the dirty dishes or like my bed, mostly my bed, because I really like sleeping. I started watching a lot of anime though. I just finished like Blue Exorcist season 3. I don't know if it was season 3 or if it counts as like another type, like another side story of the Blue Exorcist series. But it was the one about the Impure King. And then I started Syrup of the End. It's about like vampires and like these humans who died because of a virus, and the only ones that didn't die were like kids 13 and younger. But it's about this character, the main character, and he like tries to become like this vampire slayer thing. And then yeah, I don't know, it's pretty. I'm on like episode like 6 or 7 right now. I read the manga when I was in like high school, but so I kind of like vaguely remember what the story is about, but it's been so long. I do actually prefer reading manga over watching anime, because I feel like in the mangas I find more detail, more information that the anime has left out. Plus, like, the thing is, like, I took a break from anime because it sounded so cringy with all the like voice acting and like the reactions. So like in the manga, like that's like downplayed, so I don't have to like deal with that. But yeah, I started that anime. I started Chainsaw Man too, and I haven't finished it yet, and I've been like trying to finish it, but I just haven't had the motivation to finish it. But I really like the art style and the storyline so far, and it's something I actually need to get back into, because everyone's like telling me it's really good too, and I know it's good. I just can't like finish it. I don't know why. But I also like Death Note. Death Note is like my favorite anime of all time. I love Death Note. Like, I have the whole manga series. I have like the new short story that they released pretty recently, and I have like the how to read guide of Death Note. Like, I just love Death Note. But if you have any like anime recommendations, let me know, because I need to start getting into anime again. But I can't do Demon Slayer. I don't know why. I just can't do it. Like, the Demon Slayer art style is okay, but the story, I don't know. Just something about it. I just can't focus on it. So no Demon Slayer. But yeah, I'm also running out of things to say again. Oh, look, so this is me adding a crown onto this character's head. I got this photo, or like, I got the inspiration from like a Pinterest photo that I saw, and I kind of like, when I use references, like I try to like draw what the reference looks like, but then it doesn't turn out what it looks like, and then I get discouraged. But then I remember, like, oh, references are just for like inspiration. You're not supposed to like directly copy off of it. So yeah, this is me. I think I'm adding more details into the crown, to the best of my ability. The reference crown was like really detailed, so I was kind of lazy when I did this, and I didn't want to add that much detail, so I'm kind of just like winging it. But yeah, also, like, when I was editing this video, the lighting, I think when I was filming it, I put the exposure up too high. So like, I've been trying to fix that with like Adobe, but I don't know how, or like it just looked weird, so I kind of just like left, or like just edited it the best I could. Yeah, I'm filming with my iPhone 14 Pro. It's pretty good. It does this weird thing though, like where it shifts between the cameras, and I don't know how to fix that. And my tripod setup is kind of weird right now. Like, I'm still trying to figure it out. But yeah, this is how it's going with this drawing. Oh, look, I'm adding more beads. Cool. Oh, I also draw like a lot of front facing people. Like, I'm trying to get out of that. Like, 3/4 view and side views are like my favorite. They just take longer for me to draw because they're harder, and I'm so used to drawing things front view wise. Yeah, now that I'm looking at this drawing, it's not that bad. I definitely like wish I could add more to it, like be able to add a background, maybe make her more dynamic than just staring at me, but it's okay. It's just the first sketch. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to think of like what other videos I can do. I can do like a study anatomy with me, or like how to fill your sketchbook type, because those are like things I look up, so I figured that other people would want to watch that. I've been trying to up my anatomy game. I bought like the Morpho anatomy books, and they're pretty good. They're just a bunch of pictures. They don't really have a lot of text, but I can't read text a lot because it's boring. Like, all the other anatomy books with the like paragraphs of text, like I can't read it. I will like fall asleep. So I think just drawing from like diagrams is just easier for me. But yeah. Oh, and then like I'm also trying to like get better at painting with watercolor and gouache. My painting skills are not quite there yet. I just haven't really gotten into it because painting takes a lot of work and it's a lot of cleanup, and I'm pretty like minimalistic. I think like I only like drawing with pen, paper, pencil, maybe my iPad. but like coloring, I hate coloring because it just takes too long and it's kind of boring. And then painting, you just gotta clean the brushes, you gotta clean the paints, you gotta set up the paints, and you have to do all of that, and then you gotta wait for the paint to dry. Like, it's just a lot of work, and I don't have the patience for it. I think a lot of the reasons why my art is kind of lacking is because I just don't have patience, which is something I also need to work on. But yeah, I think I'm shading the nose a little bit in this, and then redoing her eyebrows because they weren't dark enough, so they like kind of blended in with her skin. But yeah, I think it's close to done now. Nope, just adding more lines. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I like this line thing that I do. I kind of got that from this artist. I think her name's Cassandra Jean. She did a lot of the Mortal Instrument art for the books. And I really like her art style. She also did like Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, like the graphic novel. But she does all these like line things, and I kind of picked that up and like incorporated it into my own style. Oh, look, I'm going in with the white pen and adding highlights to the lips that you can't even see. Nice. And I think I'm making the hair darker. Cool. But yeah, thanks for watching. I guess I'll see you in the next one while I finish this sketch. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm making the hair darker. But yeah, let me know what video I should do next. But yeah, thanks.